she's very professional and very. She's someone who gets to the point. You don't beat around the bush with Kim. She's, I guess, a little bit standoffish at work, so kind of hard to warm up to. Uh, it's hard to describe. She's all business, and so, but she's someone who's always very thorough. She does a very good job. She is someone that you can trust will get the job done, and she's also very generous. I don't know how many birthday parties we had at Bell, but it seemed like we had one every day. And there was always something to be celebrating, and Kim was always preparing something for those celebrations and always was a part of those celebrations.
My first impression of Phil was that he was a very kind person. He seemed to really care about other people, and he was always very nice to me. My other first impression of Phil would be that he had some very interesting clothing choices. He was very fond of a green jacket. And we also bonded over cheesecake. That's one thing I can think about when I look back, is we definitely bonded over cheesecake. I brought a cheesecake into work and he was very fond of it. He bumped into me at church and he had said hi, and then we'd sort of just connected briefly, and then I kind of remember that he had been working still at Bell, so I thought I'd send him an email just to say hi, and then we started emailing back and forth, and then eventually he asked me out for coffee. I thought he'd never ask, but he eventually got around to it.
And that led to a second date, and that was that we went to movie theaters and went to Avatar in 3D, and that was on Valentine's Day. And that was a lot of fun. We had a good time. It wasn't just one thing, it was just a whole bunch of events, but just parts of Kim that I really feel are special. One of the ones that is really important to me was just her relationship with God. For me, that was really important to see how close she is with God, and how she relies on him for her strength, and that was really special to me. It's also the way Kim always makes time to try and be with me. She's always trying to just set up special time for the two of us, and that's important to me, just someone who really wants to share time with me. As well, she spoils me like crazy, so I love that. She has made a number of different meals for me, and just she puts a lot of effort into it, and just really goes crazy, and I really appreciate that. So one thing I learned about Kim was that she is not someone that is easy to surprise. So proposing to Kim, I wanted to make it special, and I didn't want her to know about it. We had planned to go do a 3-day trip up to Lillian Lake. It's out in Kananaskis, and it's just a nice backpacking trip.
It was beautiful, gorgeous day, and we hiked up to the top of Lillian Lake, and we pitched our tent, and it just was absolutely picture perfect. We got the perfect site looking over the lake, and it was just really, really pretty beautiful. Then after we'd set up, we decided to just hang out in the tent for a bit, and we started talking about our relationship. And I was thinking to myself that was a really bad idea, because we started off and it seemed to be the things that kind of irritated us about each other, and it was and in my head I was like, well, I gotta put a stop to this like ASAP, because could go south really fast, because we just had such a nice day. I'm like, the last thing I want to do is start talking about stuff that's not so great. Anyways, so we kept talking, and then it started to get around to some nice stuff, and he was going on and on about our relationship and what he thought was really great about our relationship and me, and I was thinking to myself at the time, like, this is all really, really nice stuff. I need to remember what he's saying, because this is really great. And then he brought out his Bible and he started reading from Corinthians, and it was all very, it was all very nice, and I was obviously very clueless to what was going on. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of all this, he's he says, you know, the reason why I'm saying all this is because I want to ask you to marry me, and I like freaked out. I had no idea. I was very, very, very surprised, but obviously very happy. And then I was thinking, well, that's really great. He's proposed. That's awesome. And I said yes. And then he's like, well, then I have a ring too. And I was even more surprised because I had no idea that he would have gone and done this without my supervision or without my input or me getting to have any say at all. And then, yeah, so he brought out the ring. It's gorgeous, and that's how he proposed. The best thing about being engaged so far has been the planning. It's actually been kind of fun to decide how our wedding's going to go, and it's actually been lots of fun to do it with you. And I think everything's coming together. And just planning our life together, it's been good. Buying the house, it's also been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Seeing it all come together.
Yeah, I agree. So I would say that the worst thing about our engagement has been the flood.
Yes, I agree.
Yes. So I'd picked up Kim from the train station one night, and as we were coming up to the front door, there was water coming out of it. And we had about 2 inches of water, and we just finished putting down new laminate flooring, and so that was pretty stressful because we were moving 4 days later. So that was the worst part.
Yes, definitely. I think the best thing that's going to happen after we get married, and the thing I'm looking forward to the most, is some peace and quiet. We've been saying that for months.
Yeah.
That it's going to slow down, and I think eventually, once we get back from the honeymoon, that we can actually have some peace and quiet and just relax and adjust to our new life, and no major renovations and no wedding planning, and
Just getting settled into the new place and